kinds of effects associated with our spill here. So it's hard to say. I think the judge is out on that, but it's certainly a good issue to raise because it did bring in a lot of toxins that weren't in the environment before.
Well, we know when they say all the seafood's safe, the tests have showed it's not, and they've been lying about that. Mark, great question. Bill in Florida, you're on the air with Dr. Nick Begich.
Hi, Alex. I got a question. How do I protect myself against a cell phone tower that is 200 yards away?
There's not a lot you can actually do. I mean, short of creating a Faraday cage and shunting the energy away from you, and that's not a practical solution. I can tell you up to 1,500 meters, cell towers have a biological effect. That was documented years ago. I lectured with one of the scientists in Switzerland some years ago on this same subject, and that's the range is 1,500 meters, which is quite a bit further out than you are. The greater effect is with young children or developing children. They tend to be more affected by this. If you remember the old EPA studies of power lines, when they involved children, they showed all kinds of negative effects. So they redid the studies with just adults and showed no effects. That's important. The only real solution is reconsideration of your location if you feel it's affecting your health in a deleterious way.
And we see this across the spectrum with fluoride, many times worse for children. It seems radiation, many times worse. I guess it's something to do with the fast, growing, fast dividing cells.
Right.
We know that radiation in adults targets the gums, the intestines, fast growing cells. With a child, the whole thing's fast growing.
That's exactly it. And then for other technologies like cell phones where you're placing them against your head, the skull's thickness is half at age 5 of an adult, and so, or less than half. So you have a lot more energy transiting into the brain. And so there's lots of physical characteristics with children that affect them much differently than adults, particularly when you're considering these new sources of concern.
Good question, Bill. Donna in Louisiana, you're on the air worldwide.
Yes, hello, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, nice to talk to you. Thank you for all you do, and thank you, Dr. Begich, as well. I was wondering about empathy genes, pertinent to what you were talking about earlier. They did some studies several years ago, I don't know, 5, 10 years ago, I remember, wondering why at the time they were interested in such a thing. But this may play into some of your discussion about mind control and fear and the empathy that we have that they're trying to suppress or something.
We know the Pentagon has been working on turning off empathy to have kind of biological android. I mean, who needs a Terminator machine when you've got a human that's had their thinking process turned off? Dr. Begich?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, there's a lot of work being done now because of post-traumatic stress syndrome of wiping out memory. Now, I would be very concerned about this because of several reasons. One is you wipe the memory clean on the surface, you may not wipe it out. In other words, you continue to play with it in your subconscious, which could lead to huge and new forms of psychosis. The other thing is what if all those troops were involved in some illegal, immoral, unethical, evil activity that normal human beings wouldn't participate in, which is why they're experiencing post-traumatic stress syndrome, and that what you're trying to do is wipe out their memory so you can deny that whatever they saw or participated in never happened. That's my concern.
Well, that's like studies show that people don't get very depressed when they see killing as something that was in defense or righteous, but your brain actually attacks you if it thinks you've done bad. Even if you've rationalized consciously, your subconscious wants to kill you.
Yeah, and it's I think we're playing in an area that is very, very dangerous. Trying to wipe out a memory rather than deal with what it is that has changed a person. We do the same thing in this country every day with chemicals issued by doctors instead of people sitting down with counselors getting to the root of their problems. Now we want to just wipe out the memory so we can excuse bad behavior. I don't think it's a good idea.
Doc, I won't keep you any longer after the break. We'll just do 2 minutes and plug Earth Pulse and your work and how folks can support it, and we'll let you go. Then I'll get into all the big news, folks, and more of your calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Infowars.com and their side, of course, we'll give you on the other side of this break.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com.
We now take you live
To the Central Texas Command Center.
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
All right, we're going to let Dr. Begich go. I've got a huge news blitz that I must cover. I promised myself this morning I would get to at least, the headlines here. I've gotten to some of it. But Dr. Begich, we're going to have you back very soon. I blinked my eyes and a year goes by. We hadn't had you on in about a year and a half. He's back with us here today. But there's a lot of different sites folks can visit. We sell your books and videos. People can get them at earthpulse.com. What are some of the other sites people can visit to find out about the exciting stuff you're doing?
Well, the Earth Pulse site has, a lot of articles and information. A lot of free information, incidentally, is there as well. But, if people want our books and videos, go to Infowar.com. Support Alex's work and mine by doing that, and I appreciate it. The other thing I can say is I mean this sincerely, I really appreciate the prayers I get from listeners. And I don't want to understate that. I need that every day, and I appreciate it. And,
same here. And that's what I really want is people's love and their prayers. And I want everybody to know my love and prayers are going right back out at you.
Well, and I appreciate it, and more than anyone will ever know. And there's a lot left to do, and I look forward to this year. What's coming in this year and what's coming in the future is liberation and liberty again in our individual lives and hopefully in the world around us.
Well, that's why the system is so scared in closing. They can feel and see what we feel and see.
That's absolutely it. And we are the force. We were created to be good stewards of this planet. We were created to lift each other up. That is our obligation to the creation itself and to ourselves and to our next generation. I look forward to the work that's before us. and the challenges. And at the same time, know that we don't walk alone. We all walk with friends, and we'll continue to meet each other as life takes us down our trail.
God bless you, Dr. Nick Begich. We look forward to speaking to you again in the near future.
God bless you and your listening audience. Take care now.
All right, amazing talking to him. He's, the last few years, really not been doing anything. And now he is back and not even recharged, just more informative and insightful than ever. And everybody, either people are giving in more to evil and corruption and getting more into that, or they're getting more into freedom and liberty. And I can just feel it every day. I can hardly contain myself. I mean, but then it's also very frustrating to see all the corruption and bad things growing as well. And I don't even so much get angry as I just get motivated to sweep these people aside, because I can just see them. I can tell you they're weak. I know they're bad. And it's because we haven't stepped into who we really are that they've been able to get away with this. It is a joke. It is a joke. It's like watching an ant whip an elephant. And that is absolutely backwards. Okay. When I see stories like this, it makes my mind, as I said in the first hour, explode.